refresh our memories on subtracting integers today, you are going to be able to subtract integers of same or different signs, as well as fractions, not just integers. Okay, integers are anything that doesn't have a decimal or a fraction. You are going to do all rational numbers as 8th graders. 7th graders do only integers. But you need to refresh your memory. Anything with subtraction, you always plus the negative. You turn any minus sign into plus a negative. And then you add them following the addition rule. Here's what you need to make, a little T-chart. If they're the same sign, you add. If they're different signs, you subtract. Okay? That's where so many kids make mistakes. So 35 minus 72, I turn this into 35 plus a negative 72. Why? Because that's the step. Okay? It's all related to a number line. When you subtract, you're adding negatives to it. Okay? So now they're different signs, a positive 35, a negative 72, so I need to subtract them. 72 minus 35 is 37, and I have more negatives, so it's negative 37. So the main target today is anytime you see a minus sign, you have to plus the negative. What about when you have two minuses in the middle? See them right next to each other? What do we do, Tatiana?
You do 2 pluses.
Plus plus, right? So I rewrite, it is plus plus when they're right next to each other. I like to rewrite it as negative 12 plus 7. They're different signs, so I'm going to subtract them. And I have more negatives because I have 12 negatives and 7 positives, so my negative wins. Okay, next one. This is another plus plus situation. I just rewrite it as negative 123 plus 12. They're different signs, so I'm going to take their difference. And do I have more negatives or positives? More negatives. So do you see my strategy? Uh-oh, here's the doozy one. This is one that so many kids mess up. This is plus a negative. So it's negative 43 plus a negative 12. They are the same sign, so I add them. So 43 plus 12. And then keep it negative. They don't cancel out. You don't cancel that negative out. Only when you multiply. The next thing we need to do is fractions. Fractions, you just need to know to have a common denominator, always. You only need common denominators when you add or subtract fractions. So if I have negative 1/2 minus 4/5, I'm going to plus a negative first, plus the negative, and then I find a common denominator. The common denominator between 2 and 5 is 10. Now I have to find my new top number. 2 times what gave me 10? 2 times what?
5.
So I need to times the top by 5. Negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. Okay? 5 times what gave me 10? So what do I need to times the top by? Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. So my new fractions, now I have new ones, are negative 5/10 plus a negative 8/10. They're the same sign. Same sign, if you look up at your notes, same means that I add them right there. Same means add them. So I'm going to add them up. 5 plus 8 is 13. Keep it negative over 10. Don't simplify more than that. As 8th graders, this is where you end. Okay? Okay, last one that we do. So I'm going to turn this to plus a negative. What's the common denominator between 3 and 10? 30 it is. So I times 3 by 10. I need to times the top by 10. I times 10 by 3. I need to times the top by 3. I always rewrite. No one really loves that strategy, even though I think that it's so beautiful and organized. A lot of kids just add from this point. I like to rewrite. I don't know why. I just think it looks so much nicer where I only have to look at my 2 fractions instead of all this junk from the top. So they're different signs. Different signs, according to my notes, means I subtract. When they're different signs, I subtract. So I'm going to subtract these two. 27 minus 20 is 7, and I have more negatives all over the same denominator. That's it.